What's up, my crypto legends? The price of Bitcoin will hit $32,000 very, very soon. Now, what I can tell you is that it's likely to fail breaking above $32,000. I'll be explaining this with some Elliott wave theory on the lower time frames, okay? And we'll be analyzing the situation of this accumulating cylinder from Jesse Livermore that could take the price to $40,000 and even higher in the next couple of months, guys. This did happen to Ethereum back in 2021. We did have an accumulating cylinder and it blasted off, as you can see on the chart. Of course, the difference, this was in the bull market at the beginning and this is in the bear market. It's a rally, but the bear market rallies can be absolutely huge, and I will be explaining this, of course, with some Elliott wave theory on how the price is gearing up here, all right, for a massive blast off in the next coming weeks. But before, we could be seeing a major correction, all right, in the coming days, and I'll be explaining this, of course, with Elliott wave theory and with some Fibonacci timing tools, okay? So make sure to pay attention in this episode if you want to know what is the highest probability movements for Bitcoin in the coming weeks. Hi there, Andy here. Welcome back to another episode of Bitcoinsensus. Let's dive in here straight into the chart, guys, because what we are going to talk about here is the possibility of a huge, massive rally still to come in the next couple of months. Now, of course, we could get some deep corrections. It's not going to be an easy move. This has been the strongest level of support for Bitcoin during 2021 and part of 2022 here, as we got a large consolidation. This has been the strongest support level, and it's currently acting as the strongest resistance level, as we can see the April high getting a deep correction of $5,000, and we are currently consolidating at this level for the last 10 days at $30,000. So this is not an easy level to break. Now, of course, it looks like that we are accumulating power at this zone to have a major big blast off in the coming weeks. And how does this make sense? Well, of course, we'll be taking a look at Elliott wave theory. But before, I want to remind you that the World Series of Trading is coming very soon in the next coming weeks. It's a trading competition that is happening on Bybit. Last year, we were ranked 20 most of the competition out of 460 teams. This year, we want to be in the top 10 to get that prize pool of $8 million, guys. I'll be waiting for you to join my team. If you haven't got a Bybit account, make sure to create one. You get $30,000 worth of bonus depending on what you deposit. So create that account and get ready, guys, because there will be about 1 to 2 weeks of a subscription to join my team on the World Series of Trading. Now, taking a look at Bitcoin here, I can already tell you that we are likely going to create some more waves to the upside. Now, there are several waves and ways in looking at this, okay? Of course, there are some different perspectives. You can arguably discuss that this has been a first wave, or all the way up here has been a first wave. I prefer this scenario over here because basically, if this were to be the top, this corrective move is only one wave to the downside. Of course, there's 5 waves on the lower time frames, but it doesn't make sense for a corrective wave just to be one wave down, all right? There's 5 waves on the lower time frame. So what makes more sense here for this is that this was the first wave, and this has been an ABC flat right over here. So taking a look at this scenario, we have only created, all right, 4 waves, and we are inside of the 5th wave already. The question is, how much power do we have left? How high can the 5th wave go? Well, I'm going to explain this on the lower time frames. On the lower time frames, we can see on the 1 hourly time frame, okay? For me, it is pretty clear that from the low of the 4th wave, we have created 3 waves, okay? And we are inside of the 4th wave, okay? So going here with Elliott wave theory, for me, it's pretty clear that this has been 1 wave up and this 2 wave right there. And there's 5 waves to the upside and 2 waves to the downside, 3 waves to the downside, sorry. Right over here, I believe that this is the 3rd wave, and we are still inside of the 4th wave. Of course, knowing where the bottom of the 4th wave is very difficult because we are in a little bit of a complex corrective move here, not just a simple ABC. So we can see lower prices, all right, and I'm going to explain the strongest support levels that we do have here for the 4th wave and when we're going to create the next 5th wave. So this next 5th wave, whether this is the low of the 4th wave, is very likely to happen. And if we do take a look at the lower time frames, guys, on every single wave, to the upside. If it is impulsive, there is 5 waves, and you can clearly see it. You can do the counts here on yourself right there. There's 1 wave up, 2 to the downside, 3 over here, because all of this consolidation is still part of the impulsive move. There's no corrective move. This is a corrective move, and this is the impulse breaking the 3rd wave. So there's 5 waves inside of this 3rd wave. Okay, that's what makes most sense here. And this is the corrective wave. So question is, all right, of course, we could have a little bit of more lower levels. All right, we'll be discussing that, in the next coming minutes. But first of all, I want to make you understand that we are just about to create the 5th wave, whether we do correct slightly to the downside a little bit more, or we start creating that 5th wave here in the next couple of days. Now, this 5th wave, how far up can it go? Okay, it can be very impulsive, but I can already tell you some levels that it will likely fail. And as soon as we create this 5th wave, this will only be the first wave out of 5 waves inside of this 5th wave, okay? Hopefully you are following me up here, okay? So this is 1 wave, and we still need to create 2, 3, 4, and 5 in the next coming weeks. And I'll be explaining that, of course, all right? And just want to let you know that, yes, we could be hitting with this 5th wave the $32,000, $32,500 level. But this is a level where the 5th wave will be likely ending, okay, from the impulsive move that we've had here for the last couple of weeks. The reason why, it is a huge, major, lower high range that we did create here in May for a liquidity grab. We do have that 32,300, 400 range where we do have the last lower high levels, and that does make sense that we are going to hit that level. People are probably going to get excited, but it's very likely to fail the first attempt. And as we fail the first attempt in hitting the $32,500, it does make sense that we will likely have a very deep corrective wave of few $1,000s. Basically, we have 1, 2, 3. We are inside of the 4th because there's no doubt here, okay? Of course, you can see this, that the impulsive waves are to the upside and the corrective waves are down. The impulsive waves are up, the corrective waves are down. So we are expecting that next wave here to the upside, whether the price does correct slightly more to very important support levels, but we are looking for higher. So once this 5th wave is created, of course, we can be looking for a very deep corrective move, a 2nd wave. And the 2nd wave is usually very deep in correction. So we could expect something like this, okay, coming well beneath $29,000 in the next coming weeks after creating that high. It's very much a possibility. But what I want to make you understand here is that this will only be the 2nd wave after the next 5 waves here to the upside, okay? So basically what we're looking for here is the end of the 1st wave happening very, very soon. Whether we hit 32,500 range, we're likely going to top out. We might hit 33. We do not know how impulsive that is going to be. But once we see that rejection, we very much know that we are likely going to see a deep corrective move because we've been moving to the upside here very aggressively in just a matter of 2 weeks, going from $25,000 all the way up to $31,000 in less than 2 weeks, okay? So very, very impulsive. We could still have that 1 wave up here, and that is a level that I'll be taking a look with the Legends trading community to potentially get into a short position. We'll be analyzing the situation to see if we do have that rejection. After, we're going to see that 2nd wave, and then that is going to be a very exciting moment because we'll be analyzing the situation on where that 2nd wave can end, ready for the next 3rd wave that is likely going to be very impulsive to then create 4 and 5, okay, after this situation. Now, where did I get this idea? How do I think that we are going to have more waves to the upside? Well, if we do go here clearly to this zone, the first impulsive waves, you can see the timing. The timing is very important. Let me just get this wedge out of the way. The timing is very important. If we do take a look at Fibonacci time, okay, to see the ultimate low level here in November of 2022, when the price of Bitcoin was trading beneath $16,000. We had the first wave here to the upside. You could arguably discuss it's this one. I prefer this scenario because we have 3 corrective waves in an ABC flat. It doesn't make sense that this is the high. For me, this is the high of the first impulsive wave. You can see the timing. Look at the timing from here, right? Now I got the Fibonacci time. We can see the 1-to-1 in the green, what, 0.618 and the 1. If we do take a look at the timing of this first wave, and so most of the times, not always, but a lot of the times, the fifth wave has very similar timing and also very similar length as the first one. But in this case, I believe that the fifth wave will be massively impulsive. The third wave doesn't always need to be the highest, but it cannot be the smallest. So the fifth wave can be much more impulsive than the third wave, as long as the third wave is not the smallest wave. So taking a look at Fibonacci time, I'm interested on the timing of the waves, okay? The third wave is usually the fastest, okay, in timing, okay? You can see this one was very, very fast. Going from this low to the high, it was much faster in timing than the first wave, okay, from the low to the high. And the fifth wave is not usually the fastest, not as usually as the same as the third wave. On timing, it is usually the same, similar timing to the first wave. And this is what I want to explain very, very carefully here. So looking at the timing, I've got here the Fibonacci time extension to the start of the fifth wave. And the 1-to-1 extension is exactly round about the 27th of August, right? End of August. So we could still be another 2 months, July and August, inside of this fifth wave, okay? That could end round about the end of August, beginning of September, if we were to see the timing of the waves, okay? Third wave is most of the time the fastest wave. It's very impulsive and very, very fast. So what I want to make you understand that this wave to the upside with corrective moves could last till the end of August or till the beginning of September, all right? It's very important. The timing is very important also when we take a look at technical analysis. So no doubt, of course, we can see the first impulsive wave right over here. We can see a small impulsive wave from the bottom in November, 1, okay, and 2. This wave, okay, with the second wave, almost took round about, 1.5 months, okay, just by creating this one wave, all right? Then we have, of course, 3, 4, and 5, right? And this creating one big wave. We are inside of one big fifth wave that is very likely coming, all right, in the next coming weeks that could last till the end of August. Of course, we are going to see the corrective moves. We are just about to enter the corrective move here, second wave, because this is only one wave. I do expect another push to the upside to hit round about $32,000, potentially $32,500, and then get into the second corrective wave. Of course, this will be a failed breakout, all right, from the highs. A lot of people will be very bullish as soon as we get the price action to the upside. Of course, breaking major resistance. We're breaking the support from 2021 and 2022, basically this level over here. People will get bullish as soon as the price gets above this level. It is very likely to fail just by understanding the nature of the waves here that we've created. So once $32,000 is hit, we'll be analyzing very carefully the situation here to see if it's going to get rejected. If it does get rejected, we are likely going to create an ABC structure, a very heavy corrective move of several $1,000s. Of course, if the price action pumps like this and breaks this resistance, right, that has been proven support back in 2021, what is going to happen is that people are going to get very bullish. And what is going to happen as soon as the price comes back down here is that people are going to get very bearish because we've lost it. It's a fake out. We haven't broken successfully this $30,000 range, and we are coming back down, and this is going to be bearish. As you can see, it's likely that this trend line, support trend line, could hold, and we could finally be inside of the second wave to create the third wave, and then the fourth and the fifth, all right? That is what is very likely going to happen in the weeks ahead, of course. This is just an analysis. It's a prediction. It's making sense with the potential Jesse Livermore accumulating cylinder. This happened to Ethereum, very similar scenario, okay, back in 2021. Of course, it was totally different. The rally was much more explosive as it was inside of the bull run. This is a relief rally. That's a rally inside of the bear market, which I do think can be very, very impulsive, of course, as well. So this is the scenario, guys. I hope that this makes sense. So if we get a move up to $32,000, which is the lower highs from May here, we'll be paying close attention. Of course, we can go higher, okay? We'll be paying close attention because I will be interested in shorting this. A lot of people will get excited because we're breaking the support, we're breaking the resistance right of $31,000. It's happening, and we're likely going to get a deep corrective move, okay, and massive liquidity grab for all of those over leveraged long positions. This movement over here will be only the second wave. Then we'll be creating the third wave very likely, and then the fourth and the fifth, like I explained just a few minutes ago. That is my prediction. That is what I do think. Of course, in this zone of $40,000 range, for me, it will be a level where I will be exiting. It will be very likely, selling some of my spot Bitcoin, because I do think that a heavy corrective move during the end of the year, beginning of 2024, is very, very likely to happen. So just something that I wanted to point out. We have the accumulating cylinder that is very much possible to happen. And also having the Elliott wave counts that we are still inside of one wave, okay? This is still inside of one wave out of 5 waves that need to be created inside of this 5th wave. Because I've showed you the wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and we are inside of 5. I've showed you that the timing, okay, it takes a long time just to create this first wave, okay, on the macro, looking at the 4-hourly time frame, just to create this first wave from the bottom to the high. It took from November of 2022 to end of February, okay, beginning of February, of 2023. So it took round about 3 to 3.5 months just to create this first wave, guys. Okay, let me just get the timing there right. We got November, December, yeah, around about 3 months. Okay, so we have just created this 5th wave, which is the first one inside of this, inside of the 5 waves. Okay, inside of this 5th wave, we've only just created one wave, and it's only taken 2 weeks, okay, to get all the way up here. We could have a couple of more months to create this next 5th wave, because the timing is telling us that this structure has a lot of time still to create this next 5th wave that could be round about the 1-to-1 extension and even higher. Okay, it can go over extended, it doesn't have to be 1-to-1, but naturally we can see that most of the times, the 5th wave can be similar to the timing of the first wave. So we still got a couple of months, guys. We are looking for a corrective move very, very soon, as this is getting to its end of the first wave. And why is it getting to its end? Like I explained, okay, we are inside, okay, the 4th wave in my personal opinion. If we do take a look at the first impulsive move, we got from the low here back in the 16th of June, 15th of June. 1, 2, 3. We're inside the 4th, likely to create the 5th wave at some point, whether the 4th wave is finished here with the drop of yesterday or potentially coming down to the 28,800 range, where we do have a very strong level. We could expect a consolidation and a bounce out that zone. This is something that we're paying attention with the Legends trading community. Now, not much more to be said, guys, on this episode. This is what I'm expecting for the next coming months, all right? It's a projection. It's a prediction. It makes sense with the waves, all right? And this is basically what I wanted to share with you in today's episode. Thank you, and I will see you in the next one.